I'm a bad motherfucker.
Following the logic of Marcuse's argument, the new student left set out to attack this system of social control. It was summed up in the slogan, "There is a policeman inside all our heads. He must be destroyed." And that policeman was going to be destroyed by overthrowing the state and the corporations that had put him there. One group, the Weathermen, began a series of bomb attacks on companies that they said both controlled people's minds through consumer products and made the weapons being used in Vietnam.
There's no way to be committed to nonviolence in the middle of the most violent society that history's ever created. I'm not committed to nonviolence in any way.
And another Jew. Bernadine Dorn, her father, Bernard D. Ornstein, changed the family surname to Dorn, his middle initial plus the first letters of his last name, when Bernadine was in high school. Her father was Jewish, although the name change was intended to obscure that. I wonder if Jordan Peterson would think that was cowardly. Cowardly. Yeah, but Bernadine Dore, these are the people, look, these are the fucking that literally bombed the U.S. Capitol. All these hysterical people talking about the insurrection, Jews literally bombed the Capitol. They set off bombs at the Capitol. You know, no one talks about it though, because why? It was that when let out, I believe I think Clinton pardoned was something Rosenberg. I forget the woman's name. I think the Clintons pardoned her. She got out of jail and started working for Black Lives Matter. Because it's always the same fucks. It's literally every single time. And these are the people that got, the Weather Underground people. They're the ones that got Obama elected. And she just said, we don't believe in nonviolence. So what happened was they tried to overthrow the government like Antifa style, right? And like Antifa style, they were wildly, I don't know, like they were pussies. They were, you know, they blew up a few bombs, hurt some people, killed some people, whatever. At the end of the day, there was no way they were going to overthrow the government. So then they came up with this new strategy. And sadly, I hear a lot of people on the right kind of say this sort of thing. And look, I think it's up for debate in terms of its effectiveness, because you could argue, well, I mean, hey, it kind of worked for them, right? It kind of did in a fucked up way. But what they decided was, okay, we are not strong. And again, you hear people on the right making this exact argument. The Weather Underground and the people associated with them, like the Abby Hoffmans of the world, all the hippies and stuff, they decided that they were outgunned by the federal government. They decided that there was no possible way they could overthrow them, you know, with force, and they didn't really have enough power to subvert them, you know, directly. And so what they thought they could do was, well, all we have to do is take politics completely off the table for right now and make it really like do a social movement, do like a cultural movement where if we can't turn the government into communists, maybe we can turn the boomers just into natural, you know, communists. And so that by the time they grow up and they start getting jobs and power and stuff like that, because we've made this cultural shift, it'll just naturally happen.
People who had been politically active were persuaded that if they could change themselves.
Oh, look, another, like they're all another Jew.
And be healthy individuals And if a movement grew up just aimed at people changing themselves, then at some point, all that positive change going on, well, you could say quantity would become quality, and there would be a sort of a spontaneous transformation of society. But political activism was not required.
It's about making a new you, that if enough people changed the way they were, that the society would change.
So the personal became political.
Yes, the personal became political. Without changing the personal, you didn't stand a chance of changing the political. Coming up against the state power of the United States was not an option. I mean, they outgunned us.
Again, you hear people on the right say this, but here's what you don't hear people on the right understanding. Yeah, the left was basically made the same argument back in they were like, yeah, we're going to do this. But they had resources. They could just move to America and build laboratories out of nothing somehow. And not just laboratories. They had other that could move to America and build build entire Europe. They could open portals to hell. Let's just they I'm telling you, this is I can't believe this is exactly what happened. It really is Eastern European whose families moved here around the turn of the century. Some who trickled in after World War II, who then subverted the country, mind-fucked everyone, and then opened up a portal to hell and demon-possessed as many boomers as they could in the lace. That's only going to sound like hyperbole for a few more minutes. I promise you that. So let's so what they do, what they did to self-improve everyone, so that because the federal government was too much of a monolithic power to take down.
They turned to the ideas and techniques of Wilhelm Reich.
Okay, so these are the guys that decided to get the Orgasmo. Oh, look at this crazy Jew friend of ours who had all these Orgasmo power energy ideas. Let's use his philosophy. Okay, all right. Well, it doesn't sound. You said there's gonna be a portal. You promised a portal to hell, Deb. Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Since his death, a group of psychotherapists have been developing techniques based on Reich's ideas. Their aim was to invent ways that would allow individuals to free themselves from the controls implanted in their minds by society. Their center was a tiny old motel on the remote coast of California. It was called the Esalen Institute. The dominant figure at Esalen was a psychoanalyst called Fritz Perls. Perls had been trained by Reich.
Early life check yet again. Another Jew. So every single one. I'm gonna warn you now. They're all. Okay. So a student of Friedrich Reich was one of the ones that said, "Hey, yeah, let's use my old mentor's ideas of Orgasmo energy to fight the system, and I'll somehow have the money to build this center on the coast of California, right off of Highway 1. Property now worth hundreds of millions of dollars, right? Near Santa Cruz. I don't know where this Jew money keeps coming from, but I've got the money to do it. We'll build this huge center, and then we'll invite all these goys to stay at this wonderful, serene environment. And then we'll teach them how to embrace demons. We will walk them through demon possession. Oh, yeah. You think come on, you're going to make us sound crazy, Dev. Really? I am, huh? Hold on to your asses, guys.
And had developed a form of group encounter in which he pushed individuals to publicly express the feelings inside them that society had said were dangerous and should be repressed.
Okay, already it's a bad idea. But don't worry, the demons show up. So already the idea is, I'm going to bring goys to this center that I was somehow had the money to buy. And my entire philosophy is going to be everything that your conscience is telling you to suppress. All of these bad instincts or impulses that you have. No, embrace them. Do what thou wilt, you might say, is another way of putting this. Do what thou wilt. Just literally anything that you would normally suppress. Fuck it. Embrace it. Well, that's still not demonic, though, Devin. It's just he's telling people to be assholes. Oh, really?
It's a basic fear of inside me, like a little demon in there. It doesn't come out very often. It's really hard to get it out. It's a basic fear of that thing inside me, like a little demon in there. It doesn't come out very often. It's a basic fear of that thing inside me, like a little demon in there. It doesn't come out very often.
Oh, we're going to let it out. We're going to let it out. Don't worry. We'll let it out, Billy. I'll hold your hand the whole way. Don't be afraid of that demon inside you. Let's let the demon out.
It's a basic fear of that thing inside me, like a little demon in there. It doesn't come out very often. It's really hard to get it out.
Now put the thing inside you on that chair. Talk to it.
Pearls used to call this getting on the hot seat.
First of all, he used to call it getting on the hot seat, but anyway. Yeah, let's talk to that demon that's in you. Let's talk to that demon. This sounds good. Oh, they're just using metaphors. Really? Really? Oh, so you're one of those satanic panic people. Okay, let's continue.
In front of a group. If this were the hot seat and you were Pearls, and you would guide me into this process of self-enactment, self-revelation, of staying present to all the parts of yourself and noticing it, and then taking ownership of this.
Okay, that was another Jew just giving you gobbledygook. Like, here, I'm just going to say a bunch of words. All right, what does that really mean? Let's have a look. Remember the demon thing? That's just just a metaphor, right? He doesn't really mean it.
As the demon.
Yeah.
Yes, I can come out. I can come right out of him. And I can push him aside.
You. Say you.
I can push you aside.
Yeah. Be the demon with each one of us.
I can make you all cry. I can make you all feel terrible. Maybe even forever. I can make this mouth here, do things and say things. I can almost destroy anyone, each one of you, if I get out. There isn't one of you that I would spare. Not even you.
It's just a metaphor, I think, Devin. You can't... That's just one weirdo guy, right? That's just one weirdo guy. It wasn't... They didn't all go down like this, right? There's no way that there was this entire place full of people where this Jewish guy was trying to tease out the demon inside them and tell them that this was the way to go. There's no way, right? That's just like a one-off. That's just a...
I'm frightened. When I have my power, I am frightening.
See, I frighten you with my power.
I frighten you with my power.
Now, where do you feel your power? In your hands? In your muscles? Where else?
Wake up! I want you to do for me, goddamn you!
Okay. Stop it.
You. It was not phony movement. That's what I wanted to do, and I did it.
What Pearls and others working at Esalen believed was that they were creating ways that allowed individuals to express their true inner selves.
They were demon possessed. He made a demon possession factory. Thanks. Wow. We just wouldn't be the same without you. But Devin, you're blowing out of proportion. There's no way that it went beyond this. It's one little place in California. Oh, strap in, boys. The ride is just beginning.
In the late 60s and early 70s, thousands flocked to Esalen. Only a few years before, it had been an obscure fringe institute. Now it became the centre of a national movement for personal transformation, the Human Potential Movement.
So it became magnetic.
What? I mean, even that. Look, this guy looks like a fucking demon. Thousands of people were going to this place and embracing their inner demon. They started building new locations. They franchised. They franchised out. They had hundreds of these centers all across the country. They started having celebrities and famous singers visit these centers.
In the late 60s and early 70s, thousands flocked to Esalen. Only a few years before, it had been an obscure fringe institute. Now it became the centre of a national movement for personal transformation, the Human Potential Movement.
So it became magnetic. People wanted to join this stream of exploration. Within 7 or 8 years, there were about 200 of these centers in America, looking mainly to Esalen for the leadership.
I feel so liberated.
Really? It's fantastic.
And it took on a big political agenda. You could not separate personal transformation from social transformation. The two go together.
Yes, the two do go together. Isn't it odd that these wacky Satanists embracing their inner demons would seek to destroy everything that made America great in the first place? So it's funny, they decide one of the political... Here's where it's kind of funny. They decide they need to team up with black people. They need to team up with black people and show them that they can release their inner demons. And they decide to have these little meetings with black, the pro-black nationalists and, like the Black Panthers and stuff like that. And well, I'll let you see how that went down.
They organized a group for white and black radicals. Both groups would be encouraged to express their inner racist feelings which had been instilled in them by society. By doing this, they would transcend those feelings and encounter each other as individuals.
I started a series of encounters called Racial Confrontation as Transcendental Experience. We thought that we wanted to get that kind of black-white confrontation so you could really get down to see what was between the two races, not by backing off and trying to be polite, but by going right into the belly of the beast, of this beast of racial prejudice. And these were extremely dramatic. These were the toughest workshops ever convened at Esalen Institute.
So, spoiler alert, all that happened was the black people basically got genocidal on the white people, and the white people were just so shocked that they didn't know what to do.
I'm looking at you, Whitey. You got clothes on.
So sure.
You got shoes on.
You're just so sure looking at me, huh?
You got the goddamn police in the neighborhood.
Really? They're not my police.
You got a governor. You got a mayor.
Oh, really?
You got the president. You got ambassadors.
You can vote, too.
You got debts in Vietnam. That's the benefits of slave labor. You got buildings, skyscrapers that you dominate and control economically and politically. And tell me that it's not yours.
It's yours, too.
Then the blacks all got together and attacked the whites.
So don't give me no shit about I'm free. You're a goddamn liar, you white pink son of a bitch, you. Yeah, I want to know what you came down here for. You want a black buck, huh?
Yep.
You looking for a stud? Huh? Well, what did you come here for? You're sitting there with your legs all gap wide open showing your drawers. Now what did you come here for?
The black-white encounter groups were a disaster.
So, yeah, that didn't go over the way they wanted. But, because they're on this eternal mission to kill Whitey, and even though they're like, oh, we thought these guys would want to be along on this ride. This seems to be right up their alley. Oh, well. Well, we still need to get rid of Western civilization, and that means trying to destroy whites and Christianity and